Hello everyone and welcome back to Direwolf20's Let's Play. This is featuring BuildCraft, Industrial Craft, and Equivalent Exchange. And as you can see, I'm just hanging out in my little factory here, enjoying the magic of quarries and BuildCraft factories. So, I'm actually just filtered a little bit of a diamond block in and turned it into some more gold. And I now want to take all the gold that I've got hanging out in here and convert it over to diamonds, because I want to see what kind of diamond supply I have at the moment. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I can make another equivalent exchange item. And if not, I'm going to hold off and find something else to show you guys. So, let's see what I can figure out. So I've got this good stuff. So I think I could probably get away with this much. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these stacks of gold in here and get myself a lovely stack of diamond. Very nice. So, I do not have much in the way of diamonds, but let's look around our base for some more, shall we? Got our output chest here. I have been running some glowstone through. I'm going to throw a whole stack in there. My system should easily be able to handle a whole stack. And let's see how these guys have been doing. I'm up to 60 diamonds in here. That's nice. I also want to check the hoppers here. Oh, out of redstone. Got a refill. So let me get some redstone refill going on here. I believe I've got... So let's see what we can do. That don't look too bad. So I'm just going to be refilling these guys. You won't be missing too much. And yes, I could BuildCraft this if I really wanted to, but to be honest, I only have to refill this once every blue moon. So it's really not important for me to do this with BuildCraft. Maybe someday I'll change it up. Who knows? Okay, very nice. Got these guys all filled up. So they'll start producing diamonds for me once again. I mean, if I really wanted to be creative and spend some time on it, which I don't, I could set it up so, like, every time a redstone pipe detects an item coming through here, it knows that it's used up 2 redstone, and then it sends a signal somewhere and issues a command to, you know, request 2 redstones that it runs endlessly. But, I'll be honest with you, it's a lot of effort for something that, frankly, doesn't have to get refilled all that often. I mean, yeah, every now and then, but not a big deal. So, how am I doing? Diamond-wise, here's one more. Well, not too shabby. Let me see what I can build for you guys and see if there's anything really cool I can show you. Alright, let's take this lovely supply of diamonds we have here and convert them into some diamond blocks. And then I know we've got some Mobius fuel, but I'm going to need a few more here. Nice. And I'm not really concerned with uranium cost of Mobius fuel, because honestly I don't use uranium all that much. It's a nice thing, and you know, my nuclear reactor is cool. I just don't use it as much as I don't really need it so much. So, got some dark matter going on, which is great. Got a few diamonds left, not a huge amount. So let's see, what can I make with 5 dark matter? Okay, I'm going to build an item for you guys, which is more a toy than anything else, but it's fun, it does some cool things, I like it, and why not? Should be good. I'm actually going to do this. Just keep it clean here. And I do need 4 of my dark matter. I was going to save them to do something else with, but I really want to build this item. It's kind of fun and it's useful, and it does some neat stuff. So let's get cracking. First, I need to build a watch. Or a clock, however you want to call it that. And then I need a couple glowstone. And we're going to lay down the glowstone, the obsidian, and the clock, surrounded by dark matter. And we get this nifty little item called the Watch of Flowing Time. This is a time manipulation watch. It's really pretty neat. I thought that went out to my quarry. Oh well, I forgot I moved it. Let's head out to the quarry, and I'll show you guys how this works. It runs off, I want to say redstone or glowstone, one of those guys. I want to say glowstone. You activate it with G, and at the lowest power level, it speeds up time a little bit. Oh, see, I don't have the reagents. So let's throw, pretty sure it's glowstone that it uses. And look, you can see time has been sped up a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. This isn't video editing or anything fancy like that. Simply activating this item at its lowest setting slightly increases the flow of time. If I charge it up with V, you can see time is moving much faster now. Of course, it's using glowstone in the bottom. I don't particularly like the fact that it kind of makes the game run a little bit choppy. I don't know if it's like lag from the game running so fast. Let's see. Yeah, my frame rate drops a little bit when I'm running this. So if I deactivate it, you can see my frame rate jump back up. But it's pretty cool. I could always try throwing more RAM at the game, but you know, it's basically processing faster, and therefore slowing the game down a little bit in terms of frame rate. But of course, it does make the game actually run faster. So if there's something that you want to do that's going to take a little bit of time, you could always activate that guy and have a good old time with him. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this guy back on again, and you can see all kinds of good stuff running. And it's pulling things in faster. These engines are running faster. It pretty much, increases the speed of the game. So that's a cool little toy for making things run faster every now and then. So I'm going to switch him off again. And time slowing back to normal. The one other effect this has is simply having it in your inventory affects other things around you. So let me see if I can bug this cow here. See how he's falling slower? It actually encases you in like a slow time field, and anything near you like falls at a slower pace, and weird things happen. Like if I throw out some items here, I guess that didn't work. But I'll find a skeleton later, and it's kind of fun watching what happens with skeletons and their arrows when you have this watch in your hotbar. So why don't I head back to my base for now, and I'll see how I make out. Okay guys, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see this. I'll try and light this up as well as I can. But I found a couple skeletons actually outside my house here. And if you see him, he's shooting around me. And yeah, these arrows cannot hit me. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it's pretty cool. The arrows are actually being slowed by that slow time envelope around me, and they can't hit me. Alright guys, so I've got my diamond factories all going in full tilt here. I've actually got this diamond filter going on. You see there's a bunch of redstone in here. This guy's processing. I've got my obsidian factory processing, producing diamonds for me. That's all well and good. I've got my quarry producing diamonds for me. So what am I going to do right now? I'm going to go mine. Because there's an item I want to show you guys, and I'm going to see if I can get it together. It's actually a pretty expensive item, so I'm going to see what I can do. I make no promises, but hopefully between all these systems I'll be able to come up with the materials required for it. So why don't I get started on mining, and I will be back hopefully in a little bit when I'm done. Alright, I'll see you then. So I just got back from a little bit of mining. As you can see, I've got a bunch of junk in my inventory here, and what am I going to do with it? I'm just going to throw all of it, regardless of what it is, straight into, well, I don't want to throw that one in there, my chest here. And I'll even throw my diamonds in. So everything should now automatically get sorted where they belong. All my diamonds should start showing up in here, all my items go where they belong, and I can go back to mining with a nearly clean inventory at this point. I even have some iron ore that I can throw in there. Sweet. Oh, we dump this redstone. I don't need that. Perfect. So, back to mining. And back from another mining trip, dump some more stuff into that inventory there, and you can see my little factory here is working perfectly. It's cooking up all this gold and iron and tin and all this awesome stuff. Obviously I don't have too much iron on me because it's all being compressed down to gold and then diamonds in my inventory there. But obviously the gold is a heavy hitter here because any diamonds that get compressed were sent through this system to get shifted into gold. So that's why you see a lot of gold in here. I think this white stuff is probably just tin. Yeah. So, yeah. Love this little machine here. It really makes things easy. I mean, I literally just come back, dump my entire inventory in here, and it doesn't even matter, because if I dump something in there by mistake, it'll just wind up in this chest later on. It's all good. Well guys, I just finished emptying out this chest here. You can see it's finishing up the last of the tin dust that it pulled out of the tin there. A significant amount of tin, of course, underground at level 13, which is where I tend to mine. And it's just wrapping up the last of that tin now, so let's see how we made out. Significant amount of gold, which will be converted into a full stack of diamonds. Tons of tin, of course. Copper, all kinds of good stuff. And a good number of diamonds, not a huge amount, but a good number. But like I said, I'm going to convert that gold into diamonds shortly. Now there is something I want to snag this redstone here and go toss it into my chest, as well as the tin that I just threw in there, which is going to basically feed my geothermal generator downstairs. So I might actually, believe it or not, go back to mining at this point, because I do want to get a significant amount of resources, like I said. So I will be back. Well guys, another mining run, another successful little op. See, I just dumped a bunch of junk in this input chest, and I'm going to let it process. Okay guys, while all that's processing, there's a real quick item I want to show you. It's another one of those items that is an IC add-on, Industrial Craft add-on. It's in the add-on section of the Industrial Craft forums. It's called the Power Systems add-on. It's the same one that has those regulators that forces current to like go down one path if it needs it, and the other path if it doesn't. This item is called the Power Switch, which is actually pretty cool. Real simple recipe, as you just saw, and I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to install it right here, like so. Okay, now what should happen, I want to go get my EU reader here to confirm that this is working as intended, and I'm also going to grab a lever. This guy works with redstone current. You can place a lever right on the box, or you can place, a lever somewhere nice and run a redstone wire to it. But I'm just going to place it on the box here. So, is energy flowing through this wire at the moment? Nope. It's also not flowing through this wire because this box is fully powered. And this guy, he's doing pretty well. In fact, why don't I go make it daytime to fill up that MFSU, just to prove the point that everything's working properly. Okay, so at this point, any extra power in my system should be going towards this MFSU. It's also getting power from that solar flower outside. You can see it's not fluctuating right now. That's because I have the power switch switched off. No matter what, because this switch is off and there's no redstone current applied to the power switch, there's no current flowing through this wire at all. If I flip the switch on, this guy should start fluctuating again, which he is, and any excess power will continue flowing through this wire. So this is a way, if you really want to force the fact that you only want a machine to be powered. I mean, you could do it with this, but excess power flows through, right? So the power switch here is really just like, I want to force this machine to be off no matter what happens until I flip the switch. Flip it off again, and the MFSU should fill back up, and all is well. Now what I want to do is flip this lever so that the MFSU is dumping out all the power it can. Okay, so this guy's releasing as much as possible. And then I'm going to dump my items in here and let them get recharged. And you can see it's good because it'll send power through the wire here for as much as it needs to recharge those items in the chest. And it's great because right now I'm draining as much power as I can from the MFSU, but it's not actually going into the mass fabricator because of this switch. So once these guys are fully charged, I'll flip this guy back off so that only excess power flows through here, and I'll turn this guy back on, which means basically it'll allow the excess power to continue to flow into my mass fabricator. So just a nice little add-on that I wanted to feature for you guys. Alrighty, so all that processing should be done over here. I've been killing some time. Yep, looks like it's done. So let's see how we made out. We've got some diamonds, not bad. Plenty of redstone, probably won't ever need any of that again. And a good amount of gold here, which, like I said, is going to be converted into diamonds. So I'm going to leave all this other stuff in this chest for now. As you can see, I'm going to do pretty well on resources now with all this automated stuff going on. So let's see how we did diamond-wise. It looks like I'm going to get 2 stacks. No, not quite. What kind of gold do I have in here? Not much. That's alright. I could do... How'd I do for iron? Yeah, not terribly a lot. Yeah, as you mine, you're not going to have a lot of iron. The reason copper and tin is so common in that chest, and there's hardly anything else, is because all my items were compressed down into diamond form, which I then turned into gold and macerated. So, yeah, you're basically not going to have any... let's see, I can do this. Nope. Just stick with that. Perfect. So yeah, you're not going to have too much in the way of iron that comes out of mining when you're using that gem of eternal density. So a decent amount of diamonds here, and I have been pumping some glowstone into this diamond factory, which is awesome, and producing a lot of diamonds for me. This guy's producing a handful. You can see I actually recently reloaded it. There's tons of redstone in here waiting to be processed. And there should be a good amount of flint hanging out because I threw some cobble in there. So basically, this is good. A couple of people have written in saying, hey, why don't you put some more automatic crafting tables on here? Why don't you put more redstone engines? These are ways to get your coal to pump out faster. And while that is true, it would mean I would start overloading my macerators, which just barely have time to process the coal coming in. So I'd have to do more macerators, and then I'd have to do more compressors. So basically, I'm comfortable with the speed of this system. It's perfectly fine for me that it runs as quickly as it does. And hey, you can consider the fact that you're getting 1 diamond for every 4 glowstone. Look how much glowstone I have. To be time well spent. So I'm gonna drop off all those diamonds that I got. I've got a good amount here, but I think I'm going to need a little bit more to show you any good items. So I will be back in a bit. Well guys, as you can see, I came over to that big old oil spawn that I found way back when. I've been pumping some oil out of here, but I just activated it again, and you can see this thing goes down pretty deep. There's a good amount of oil in this spawn. It's actually a pretty decent one. So just wanted to give you the status update on that, because I've been using my oil for my quarry. So guys, I just got version 0.6 of the teleport pipes mod, and Zeldo made a really awesome change to this mod. Basically, he set it up so that anytime there's a teleport pipe in a chunk that you're in, it checks the frequency of it and goes and finds the teleport pipes that connect to it, and it will automatically load that chunk into memory. So remember the issue that we were talking about earlier, where teleport pipes, if they weren't in the chunk loaded, well, he resolved that. He basically forced that chunk to load, even if you're not in it. So I just closed out of Minecraft and logged back in, so the chunk way out there where my oil spawn is shouldn't be loaded at the moment, and prior to this update I would have had to run all the way out there and just load that chunk and then come back to activate my lever. So let's give it a test and see what happens. If I flip the switch now, and this chunk loader is working, we should get oil filtering in through this pipe. And there it is, look at that. So the chunk loader thing that Zeldo added here looks like it's working really well, and kudos to him for adding that. He also said something about making it a whole separate mod, just making some kind of item you can place in a chunk that will automatically force it to load. So, very cool. Okay guys, looking good. I just stole all my diamonds out of my chest here. I'm going to take this dark matter and the Mobius fuel I have, and let's see how we can do. I'm probably going to even need a little bit more Mobius fuel. So let's get that guy going. Nice. And now for That's not too shabby. I'm going to wind up with 8 dark matter. That's a pretty good amount. Sweet. So a total of 9, adding to the one that I already had. And now I want to make a really cool item for you guys. Let's see if I have the recipe or the ingredients to do it. Okay. I'm going to need one of those Nova catalysts, and you might remember it. I made a couple of them in the past, but I need some TNT first, so I'm going to need some gunpowder, some sand, and I believe it's a recipe like that that gets me TNT. Awesome. So I'll put my sand back. Now if you take TNT and place it in the 4 corners here, and take Mobius fuel and place it in the 4 corners here, and put a Philosopher's Stone in the middle, you get 2 Nova Catalyst. But if you put a Destruction Catalyst in the middle, you get 6 Nova Catalyst. So that's like an upgraded recipe kind of deal. Now I do only need one of these guys. And here's the recipe. 6 diamonds, plus 2 dark matter, plus a Nova Catalyst equals a Hyperkinetic Lens. Cool little toy. Let me go find a spot to go play with this. I'll actually go over to my oil spawn. Let me make sure I have the reagents. Probably something like this. I don't know what it uses. So, Hyperkinetic Lens. Let's go flying. Left click, shoots an explosion. Hey look, zombie. Hey zombie. Good amount of zombies, as a matter of fact. Ha ha ha. Oh, more reagents time. Oh, it is glowstone, I guess, that it uses, so let's make ourselves a stack of that. Nice. And of course, like most equivalent exchange items, it can be charged up for bigger explosions. Yeah, I know, that's really cool. Hey, look! Uranium. So, is that item awesome? Yes. Yes, it is. Can it be made more awesome? Yes. Yes, it can. So let's get cracking on that, shall we? Now the next recipe is actually kind of an upgrade. Let me dump off all this junk that I made up in my inventory here. My oh my, I've got a lot of stuff building up. You can see I've been mining. I'll leave that Nova Catalyst. Actually, I'm going to snag those because I want to show you what they can do all by themselves in a little bit. So now I want to make the Catalytic Lens, which is a combination of the Hyperkinetic Lens and the Destruction Catalyst. But it's rather expensive because you need to give your Destruction Catalyst in there, your Hyperkinetic Lens, and 7, count them, 7 dark matter. So combined with the 2 that we used here, we used all 9 of our dark matter to get our Catalytic Lens. And it does use up that Hyperkinetic Lens, but our Destruction Catalyst remains intact. So what's the Catalytic Lens do? Well, it's actually a combination of the 2 items. So let's go out to our oil spawn out here. I think I can just... I've got reagents. So left click now shoots the explosion thingies. And we can charge it up. For a nice big explosion still. So that's cool. Dude, that is fun. Highly recommend you guys checking that out. Look at this massive cave I just dug in like 3 or 4 mouse clicks. Oh, and didn't I say that it's a combination of the Catalytic Lens as well, the Destruction Catalyst? Yeah, it's an upgrade to that, where the Destruction Catalyst has a maximum range of 16 blocks deep, so it's a 3x3 and it goes 16 deep. The Catalytic Lens here, once fully charged, is actually going to go 64 blocks deep. So let's right-click with this guy here, Oh, look how deep this goes. Oh, it's getting dark. Oh, it's getting very dark. That's right, I'm running at full speed here. Look at that. That is the distance that one click did. And if we want to compare that to the distance of, say, our destruction catalyst once it's fully charged, from the same starting location, yeah, that's where the destruction catalyst ends. This, running, is where the Catalytic Lens ends. So, obviously a huge upgrade. And great if you really want to do some crazy amounts of mining. I mean, dude, you can't beat that. That's just awesome. Let's do it again. Hey! I'm like just digging through the holes here. And you might also have realized, like I just said, that this thing goes 64 deep. So, what's a really fun thing to do? Well, let's see. Where am I standing right now? I'm on Y72. Let's go down here to Y67. Sure, why not? You ready? Let's turn this on just to be safe. How's my rage? It's plenty of glowstone. Boom. That's right. One click, I just dug to the bottom of the world. Ha ha ha. Very nice. Yeah, no, there's stuff down here. I'm not worried about it. Ooh, gold. So, powerful item? Oh yeah. It's basically a major upgrade, but of course it costs 9. Yes, that was 9 dark matter to make, but obviously worth it. So, hope you guys enjoyed seeing that, and I think this feels like a good place to wrap up episode 42. I'm gonna go probably do some more mining with my new little toy. Wanna turn that guy off just in case I accidentally click him inside my house. That would not be cool. Go ahead and drop off some of this junk that I've got here. Not too shabby. Let's go throw it all into my massive chest over here to sort it out in the correct paths. Dirt, cobble, gravel, sure, whatever. Hey, even got some diamonds. Oh, those are leftovers from earlier. Duh. Didn't I say I wanted to show you this Nova Catalyst thing? Sure, why not? I'll go show you that real quick. Do I have my flint and steel? Probably in a chest like this. Or this one. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. There it is. Hooray! So just so you guys can see what this little explosion thingy does, the Nova Catalyst, it's basically upgraded TNT. So let's go find a good place to set it off. Look at the world loading and slowing down my PC a little bit on me. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's just throw this guy down here. And there's two cool things that this does. First off, I might have to give it a little push. Let's do this. I'm sure I've got a lever or two in here somewhere. There we go. Okay. Kaboom! You'll notice I didn't take any damage from that explosion. So first off, it doesn't do any damage to the player. Second off, it drops all the items in a nice little pile right at your feet. So we can go ahead and hit that again. Standing right next to it, no damage. And all the items it got lands at your feet in nice little piles. It doesn't, cause, massive lag-inducing amount of items laying all over the ground. So that's pretty cool. So just thought you might enjoy seeing that. And you can see I have a bunch of dirt here now that I have to go and recycle or do something with. So, why don't I wrap up this episode? This has been episode 42. Hope you guys enjoyed watching it. And I will catch you all later. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I feel like I'm running up towards the end of my Let's Play series. There might be one or two little things I want to do before wrapping up. But there might only be one or two episodes left in this Let's Play series. But do not despair. The feedback I've gotten from you guys has been great, It seems like a lot of people enjoy watching these videos, which is great to hear. I do read all your comments. And I think I'm probably going to do another Let's Play series once maybe 1.8 or 1.9 comes out, and I'm able to upgrade all the mods: BuildCraft, Industrial Craft, Equivalent Exchange, Red Power, and all these other cool ones, teleport pipes. Once all that stuff is working for, whatever version is, next, the stable version, because who knows with 1.8, 1.9, and 1.10 where it's going to be. So I'm probably wrapping this guy up. If there's anything else you guys want to see me do before the end of the Let's Play, go ahead and post in the comments, and I'll, check them out and see if there's something I feel like building. But just a heads up, I'm probably wrapping up pretty soon. So, take it easy, guys, and I will catch y'all later.